you're currently Chief of Staff to District Attorney Chesa Boudin, and you know probably better than anyone that there's been some scrutiny on the office lately. A couple of weeks ago, two ADAs came out and reported mismanagement and unusually high turnover at the office. So as Chief of Staff, how do you respond to some of those concerns, and what are you doing to redress them?
Well, I have actually taken a leave from that job, so I'm not right now the Chief of Staff. But what I would say about the work that is being done is that I believe that most San Franciscans believe in criminal justice reform. I also think that San Franciscans want results in terms of public safety, and that's part of the effort that we have tried to emphasize. With respect to some of the examples that you gave, I think that there's always a backstory with respect to those individuals, and in fact, with one of the individuals, I think they call themselves a progressive prosecutor, when in fact there were issues of, perhaps misconduct on the part of that individual. The bottom line is that I have a long history of working in the area of criminal justice, and as a police commissioner, I push for more foot patrols because I believe in community policing, and that's one of the things that I tried to do in the role of Chief of Staff. We began this concept of a neighborhood prosecutor to the community liaison program, where we have staff from from the office and every supervisor district to know firsthand what's happening on the ground. The reality is that a lot of the crime happens because people have no options, and I think that's where a universal income is really important. And I think that it's important for us to understand that economic opportunity is part of public safety. It's part of keeping people safe.
I mean, I understand you're on a leave of absence right now, but looking back, is there anything that you would have done differently as Chief of Staff to kind of avoid some of these current challenges at the
Well,
office?
I think we did a lot of work, and one of the things that I did, by the way, is again to connect people in community to make sure that we understand what was happening on the ground, that we were proactive, and I'm very proud of that, and I think that there's always more that can be done, but ultimately this campaign, for me, it's about my vision for the 17th Assembly District. And it's a vision that believes that we as San Franciscans and that we as the east side of San Francisco are only as strong as those who have the least, and that we cannot move forward out of this pandemic without taking care of those who have suffered the most.